Hello everyone, AlphaSoul here, and welcome to another video. Today we're actually going to be discussing 5 things to expect going into the alpha of Ashes of Creation. Now, I know a lot of people are really excited to be testing and to be going into this test of this MMO that we have all been waiting for such a long time. I can still remember when the Kickstarter was first announced and people were, really just going in on this new MMO and just being really excited for it. Now, that excitement and that buzz and that generation, to me, has kind of elevated what people are going to be expecting from the alpha. And the alpha for a game testing is really raw, it's really down to earth. So I wanted to cover 5 things to kind of set expectations, to lower expectations, if you will, for what to expect. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the very first thing is something that I actually discovered, or I actually kind of struggled with, and that is graphics will get better, right? Now, you probably have heard around people talking about the graphics in Ashes of Creation and already saying, hey, from a graphical standpoint, this is already ready for release. And in many ways, it actually is. However, that is not to say that graphics aren't being continuously worked on with each iteration as it goes. One of the things that struck me as I was looking at my old footage of Ashes of Creation versus some of the newer footage, like some of the latest Battle Royales, the alpha, pre-alpha test that I've been in, is the graphical comparison, and they are much better now than they were, and they will continue to get better as time goes on. It's something that is constantly being worked on. So even the good things that you are seeing right now are bound to get better. So don't even really hold them to that. They're continuously improving these aspects of the game. Number 2, there will not be polish. This is very important because a lot of times polish is what ends up making what the MMO really comes off, and especially in terms of first impressions. So things like the UI. The UI is very bare bones. The UI will not be in. I think they stated it will be worked on and put in some of the later alphas that come along. Might even be beta. I forgot which one it was. But either way, that's where they will be doing it. They won't be doing it now. So a lot of the UI that you see, a lot of the maps, etc., a lot of that's going to be raw. It's going to look not good, quite frankly. And so don't hold Ashes of Creation to that. It's just lower on the list of priority in terms of things that they need to get done. I wouldn't hold that against them for that. Number 3. This is functionality testing. This is not anything else than that. It is mainly functionality testing. So what do I mean by that? I mean, we're going to get more detailed instructions over what specifically they're looking for in a test, but more often than not, in alpha test, what they're looking for are tests of the main system. So you can expect, they want us to hit caravans. They want us to practice the nodes, interact with the nodes and get it working. It's one thing to be in their close environment and to see these things come up, and it's another thing to have them work, with thousands of people interacting and hitting the node, interacting with their systems and seeing how the system holds up. And so a lot of this functionality comes in for that. There will also be some just practicality of functionality, like, you go in and you use, the node, and maybe something doesn't work quite right or something doesn't make intuitive sense when you're looking at it. This is the time for Ashes of Creation to make those changes. And so our purpose is really functionality testing, not necessarily beautification. Beautification will come later, and that will actually be there. Number 4, this will not be balanced. I want to stress that through and through. This will not be balanced. You're going to find some skills that are way more powerful than others. You're going to find some skills that are way weaker than others. I believe Steven's already even said it, that this is a first pass at the at the stats, and now they have some of the developers that are looking in at these. So just keep in mind, this is not going to be what it is. So if, for example, a mage is really powerful, which right now they actually are as compared to other classes, that may not hold. Some of the skills may change. Some of the skills may get better for other things. They will definitely change. And you can see from within the game, there's even only one tree that is introduced. There's still more trees to be introduced for skills and classes, and all of this will be worked out and will come at later. So do not expect this to be balanced right now. And then finally, number 5, expect downtime, right? Simply put, expect downtime. This is an alpha. Expect the servers to be taken down, to come up. It may not be where you get in and they say, okay, we have a 3-day test, that you get all of that time to test continuously 3 days. I think that's their intention, but the fact of the matter is, again, it's an alpha. Expect things to not work, expect things to go awry, expect servers to come down, expect them to, send out notes. This is all part of the alpha process. It's not meant, to be that polished. It's not meant to be, that stable. It's an alpha, right? It's all the more better if it is, but just go in with the expectation that it might not be, and you might be waiting a good amount of time rather than playing through these things. So those were my 5 helpful tips for us to kind of lower our expectations as we're going into the alpha. As we get closer and as we go in, depending on the NDA status, I'll be releasing more info, and we'll see where we actually go from there. All right, thank you guys. Let me know what your guys' tips are for this upcoming alpha test. I'm always curious of how everyone else kind of approaches these things, and that's it. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. Alpha Soul out.